Do you have any like really specific memories about winning the national championship? Because I feel like that's any kid's dream who plays sports wants to do that. That's
100%, and 100%. It just showed me once again the power of belief. I remember being in high school and wanting to play football, and for whatever reason, I wasn't allowed to play football. I wasn't. My parents they weren't going that route, right? And so I remember going to the field on my own, no team, no cleats, and just doing drills. Or I would look who's the strongest person at my position, which I thought was I would be linebacker. And I look on rivals.
Defensively.
Yeah, defensively. I look at who's the strongest at my position. What's their bench press? What's the squat? And I would hit those numbers. And I ended up breaking records in Clemson for bench press and squat. So I seen all that thing as a 14-year-old of what I wanted. And I didn't even have a clear opportunity. How are you going to say you're going to play on a national championship team? You're going to become a captain. You're going to break records, in the weight room. And you're also going to be a strength conditioning All-American. You're going to lead and help, and shape the culture of a team. And you're not playing that sport. And at 14, I want to do that. And then you look up, now I'm at 18 and I'm winning the national championship, part of the best team in the country at my home, at Tampa. So I know the power of belief from a kid. So no one has to tell me. And then the funny thing is going to a camp where you're not playing the sport and thousands of kids who were invited and 5-star and getting noticed by the head coach pulling up on me as I'm doing a drill and then calling me to the office. I do know something about manifesting. I do know something about belief. I do know that. This is no different, So how did that feel? It felt crazy because I'm a homeschool kid with no prospects of any of that dream.
Right.
And boom, just like that, I'm in that dream at my crib, in the biggest stage with the biggest team.
Right.
And that just opened my mind even more. Like, hey man, you can control this, Your belief goes along. If you work and you have a goal and you don't let the world break it down, break down your belief, you can do some amazing things, So that's what I think.
Do you have any like specific memories maybe with Coach, I might pronounce Dabo Swinney, right?
Yes. You know what? Dabo is a man of conviction, and Dabo is a consistent person. What you see is what you get. And especially as I get older, I gain even more respect for, at the end of the day, 18, you're a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now I'm a grown ass man and I can really appreciate the type of man and how he ran that business. And man, it's difficult to stay at the top and to handle that pressure and continue to perform and continue to run a machine that big. So I have a lot of respect for Dabo. I think Dabo, what I can take is how repetitive he is. And when he, like I said, belief, he'll talk for hours.
Yeah.
He'll talk literally for hours. We'll be the game, but the day before the game, we'll finish a movie and he'll talk about all the things we talked about all week. But it just kind of shows it's almost like brainwashing you into a belief nonstop. Now everyone believes. You got 100 and something people believe something, and we go to war. You can make something special happen.
Right.
So
I know like people, or at least ESPN, they might give him flack for his opinions on like the new NIL or whatever. Or
hey man, if you're doing well, you're always going to have haters.
Right.
And if you don't have haters, like they said, you ain't popping. For real. Because, nobody at the end of the day, it takes a really solid person to see someone who's doing better than them and be like, you know what, man, respect to that. And they put in the work. Right. Most people don't want to see that. Most people, they need to find something. Yeah. He can't be that committed. He can't be, and no, it's the truth, man. That dude is committed.
Right.
You get what you earn.
I mean, not every coach can win one national championship, let alone two, and go
right.
If there was like one gem you remember him saying that like has stuck with you for your life though, or
there's something.
There's one,
bloom where you're planted. That's one of them. Bloom where you're planted. You know, like even if you're a seed and you're planting a crack of concrete, you can still bloom. You know what I mean? And basically, just
you'd be a perfect example.
That's what I'm saying. You know, play your cards.
Yeah.
You know.
So okay, college ends right 2021, right?
When did it end?
Yeah, for you.
2022.
Okay, 22. Was your last game the Cheez-It Bowl, or did you play? Okay,
Cheez-It Bowl.
So what happened after that? Like, obviously you're here in Denver now, but like, what was the plan after that? Did you try playing